Hey guys, what's up? I am here to give you guys a recap on the new episode of Nanatsu no Taizai, Kamigami no Gekirin, or you could call it the 7 Deadly Sins, Wrath of the Gods on episode 2. Now, I'm pretty sure you guys might be telling me, how in the heck can you forget about the new episode today, and you are uploading the recap this late? Doesn't matter anyway, knowing that, it wasn't doing so good in the first episode, honestly, just saying the truth out of my own mouth in my opinion. So if anything else, let's just get this started. We had to it that King and Deanne are having a little small conversation with each other about what happened recently after they encountered each other naked in the spring pool, obviously. But unfortunately, they talk about like how Meliodas died, and King, even though he didn't understand Meliodas in the end, really wants him alive. I'm thinking in my mind, well, you turtle jerk off, you really, after what you've done, you still care for him to the end? Isn't that interesting to know? But aside from that, it looks like to me King and Deanne are trying to go with the flow of dancing with everyone when it counts, and it seems like to me everyone seems to be happy. But Hirado, before she started to dance, she ends up telling Harlequin or King about sensing someone watching her, but unknowingly that she does not understand or know that when they were all dancing together, Gloxinia, nice camouflage by the way, was actually dancing among them. And Gloxinia tells Harade, I'm so glad that you are alive. And Harade and everyone else stop dancing and realize Deanne and King are missing. We also get to see another scene before everything else started to be a little confusing, is that Harado remembers what King and Deanne told her, that if Gloxinia is alive, this might be happening why he joined the demons 3,000 years ago. And we see to it that Deanne and King are kidnapped by Droll and Gloxinia, and they end up clashing against them to try to get out of there. But unfortunately for them, due to their magic powers and combination of everything else all together, they can't escape entirely. And we see to it, of course, they end up having to defeat King and Deanne effortlessly. I mean, Deanne, on the other hand, tries to hold her own, but realizes Droll is actually dancing at the same time to increase his power, and we see to it that Droll knocks her out with a freaking punch, even though she's using heavy metal. And we see King trying to hold his own against Gloxinia, but Gloxinia waited until King runs out of his stamina and ends up cutting him down with his armor. We see to it that Gloxinia and Droll considers them very weak, that they don't stand a chance against the 10 Commandments at all. But we also see to it that that King was saying, like, look, if you're gonna kill me, just do it, man. I'm sick and tired of hearing your already. Well, he didn't say that entirely, but King just says, if you're gonna kill me, just do it. And we see to it that Gloxinia says, yeah, I'll grant you your wish. That's if you fail our expectations. And they go like, what are you talking about? Gloxinia and Droll explains to King and Deanne that they're going to train them from scratch, and that if you pass this trial, you're going to grow exponentially. And we see to it, of course, King was arguing with Gloxinia and Droll like, why the hell are you training us? We're your enemies, no? And you guys are our enemies. What's the point of helping someone out when they're trying to kill you, or if they are against you? Gloxinia and Droll therefore explains to King and Deanne that, I'm going to tell you right now, we weren't actually demons beforehand. Long ago, we actually fought against the Demon King 3,000 years ago. And we want you to take a look at our choices, etc., and see if they're right. And if you pass this trial, you could grow exponentially, as Gloxinia explains it. But we see to it, of course, that Deanne and King decides to do it no problem, and they argue against each other by saying, hey, you shouldn't do this trial, it'll kill you. But they go like, whatever, they just go with the flow. And therefore, Gloxinia and Droll ends up using a spell that a friend taught them many years ago. And apparently we get to see to it that King is in Gloxinia's body, and Deanne is in Droll's body, and they end up wondering what's going on, and they end up seeing Meliodas and Elizabeth, and they end up realizing that they're actually in Britannia, in the Fairy King's body and the Giant King's body, 3,000 years ago, and they will decide to act like their age eventually. And they end up going to a battlefield where the demons are attacking certain headquarters whatsoever and causing a lot of damage, And we see to it, of course, that Gluckshinia, which is King, and Droll, which is Diane, realize that they don't really stand a chance. But that's not something that they don't realize yet, which I'll get to in next week's episode. And we see to it that they get blocked by a 10 commandment, which is the commandment of piety whatsoever. And the episode ends off there. His name is Kalmadios of the 10 commandments, and he has the commandment piety whatsoever, And the episode ends off there. Getting ready to face off against Droll and Gluckshinia, which King and Diane are occupying the bodies of, etc. Anyways, this episode right here did not have a lot going on. It's just King and Diane in this episode being kidnapped by Droll and Gluckshinia, and eventually will be under the wing or being trained under them as time goes on. Well, they decide to train them, which we don't really know why, but yeah. Aside from that, nothing much has happened the way I look at it. So until then, I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm off as little people. Have a good day, and I'll see you guys next time, alright? Peace out. Bye-bye. Toot-toot-toot!